Wasa iyatee. Néil. How are you? Welcome. That is in Tlingit. So just wanted to stick with the Danny Collins lithics and leather theme and continue that on. So we're here to follow up. We completed stage 1. I skipped the washing for you guys, went ahead and got things set up, and I went to go through to pick out some of the rocks I was going to have you look at that I said we were going to follow through and end up having to pick everything out. So here we are, got it all spread out.
Can we go over the washing a little bit? What exactly does that entail? Just borax and...
So yes, I will. The washing, after I dumped out stage 1, rinsed it out a little bit, added all the rocks back in after they were just rinsed, and added in some ceramic media because we'd already lost volume, so I'd added ceramic media.
So as the volume goes down, then you have to add the ceramic media to make up for that volume then?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I already had that in along with the borax, and the jury's still out for me on what I prefer right now. What's in there is a mixture of polyplastics and MJR. I think I prefer the MJR, but I am not sure yet. But so that's the ceramic media that
I did notice before that you used to use little plastic pellets. Do you not use those anymore?
No, I don't like those.
Okay.
They are a pain. They're basically one stage use only. So what you use with stage 1, you got to use with stage 1 always. They kind of float all over the place. They get stuck in things. They're really just a pain. I'm sure some people like them. I, however, do not. They're cheaper than the ceramic media, but the ceramic media can be used in all stages. So these here are going to follow through until the final polish stage, as long as I wash them along with the rocks. So I kind of prefer that. They do start to wear down and you got to replace them and everything, but I prefer the ceramic media over the plastic. The plastic is cheaper, but probably the frustration involved with it's not quite worth it. One of the things you do have to watch for is, and I grabbed one of these here to show you, sometimes these rocks with the crevices and everything, they'll get the media stuck in it. And so you gotta, I loosened it earlier, but you gotta pick that out. And there was a few other rocks that I had, so I just kind of go through. And then I had another one here that I'm probably not going to get the media out of. And so those are probably just going to stay in there through the final stage. So they kind of got stuck in that crack. So, but I just look over the rocks when I'm taking them out, make sure that they're ready for the next stage. Look to see if there's anything that needs to be tended to, like little media in the cracks.
Now, I can see a big difference in these rocks, the rough edges, because you just finished stage 1, correct?
Yes, we finished stage 1.
And we're going into stage 2, and I can tell, I mean, a lot of the rough, coarse, sharp edges are gone, and things are starting to smooth out and getting really interesting. Was there any in this batch that are not going to move on, that you're going to hold back?
No, these are all going on.
They're all going on, so they all did good.
Yeah, they all did really good, and they did come out really smooth. So I'll just talk about some of the ones that I said I was going to talk about. So these ones here are from my friend Mike. That is the...
Glacial teal?
Yes, glacial teal. I couldn't remember what it was. But these are the ones that I had thrown in, and as you can see, they're coming out very nicely. And so I just wanted to show those ones.
Yeah,
I said we were going to follow
for stage
them
1,
through.
those are in great shape.
In this piece here, I had said I wasn't sure what it was, but looking at it now, I think maybe it's either Jeff City or it's Glacial Till. So maybe ooní Mike, my friend Mike, can look at this in the video and tell us whether that's a piece that he sent or if It came from our Jeff City stuff. And then here was some of the agates, some of the flat pieces.
That's Brazilian agate.
Yeah, some of the flat pieces, the end cuts that we had thrown in. There's a piece of Kia Cook end piece cut that we had thrown in.
That is going to be beautiful when it's done.
And there was a piece of mookite, and we had talked about that one, that the white from the Cortex is on there. So as you can see, that's staying. This one may or may not make it all the way through. It might lose that little bit of white Cortex, but if it doesn't, it always gives it a nice little character that I like to it. There was another piece of mookite that we had pointed out in the other video.
She got a little purple in her, don't she?
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
And then here was a piece of the Crowley's Ridge with the hole in it that we were just going to kind of watch to see how it did with the, you know, inside there. And it looks like it's doing good. And then we have these pieces were the ones that we had featured the pictures of last time. The ones that we had heat treated the Crowley. So that's what those ones are. And then we have Flint River. Or what is this?
No, that's a piece of alabates.
Alabates. Okay, so we have that one. And then we have the little mushroom cap here that I said I was wanting to see.
I remember you talking about that one in the first video.
Yeah, I wanted to see
Very
how
cool.
that one came out. Here's the one that looked like it had the little knuckles or maybe part of a bone. So that one's coming out good. I'm liking the way that looks. And even in there with all that rough, that's smoothing out. That's looking good. And then we had the one that I said had the bubbles in it, you know, where parts of it had got red and parts of it stayed the original color. So that one's coming out looking really good. And then we had the one that we thought was going to have some nice banding in it. So there that is, that piece of Crowley's. And so that's all the stuff that's going to go on to stage 2. Oh yeah, here was some other Crowleys over here.
Boy,
I like
some of those got some really nice color in them, don't they?
Yeah, I like that one.
Very nice. That heat treating really brought out a lot of colors.
Yeah, and then there's just like, these are all Crowleys right here, other than that piece.
I'll tell you one of them that well, we'll show that here in a bit. Yeah, beautiful. That's going to be just fantastic when it's done.
Okay, so we'll load that up and we will add this in, and then I have started, just because something's going on with the rocks as I'm doing them right now. I don't know if it's having some that came pretty much fresh out of rivers, stuff like that, but a little bit of clumping of the grit, so I've started adding just like a tablespoon of borax in with it to see if that helps. So we're gonna load all of that up, and I've got the stage 2 grit, the borax, the ceramic media, and the water to go. So
is it just called stage 2, or is it actually got a grit size to it?
It has a grit size to it, but okay. I mean, you look at your
Let me
stages.
show you this is what she's using right here. Step 2. And again, that's available. I think she gets that either from Walmart or Amazon.
Okay, and then I was just going to go ahead and talk about, I mean, I don't think we're going to watch me load up. You guys seen me load up before, and it is going to go into the stage 2 Rebel 2. So we've got that mark, got the lid mark, got the handy wrench for it. So we'll get that loaded up. We'll skip that. We're not going to put that in the video this time. But I did want to talk about some rocks that I was excited about. I know they weren't ones that we were watching or anything, but I was excited and just wanted to talk and show some of the finished rocks that I had done. So again, here are some from ooní Mike, my friend Mike, my rock pal, my rock buddy. So here's some of the glacial till ones that he sent. I love this one right here.
Yeah, that one, you guys aren't going to be able to see this on this camera, but there's clear spots in that you can see really deep into that rock. It's actually a pretty incredible rock. I didn't expect much out of that thing, but it's actually fantastic.
It kind of looked like a potato when we put it in, but the rocks that he had sent us that were already done look good. I was like, I'm throwing everything in that he sent. And actually one of my co-workers, I had brought her back a rock from Idaho that looked like a spud. She wanted an Idaho spud, and she loves rocks as much as I do. So after seeing that, she told me she's bringing back her spud for me to tumble to see how that turns out. But there was a few others here in this glacial till that I was going to show. Like this one here is pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
It's got like triangles in it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And just the variety of the stuff that he sent is pretty awesome. And then I wasn't sure. I was hoping you were going to be able to look at these, Mike. And if you want Danny to send pictures to you up close, because I'm not too sure what that is. I wasn't sure if that was one that you sent or not. Same with this one. I wasn't sure because the Jeff City, some of the Jeff City does have brown in it. So it looks like it could be Jeff City, but I'm not sure. So I thought you would let us know if that looked like some of the stuff you had sent. We have this right here, which is Georgetown. That's actually the Cortex size. This was an end cut piece that I had tumbled, and then when we turn it over.
Yeah, I wanted to show you guys this because the flint nappers that are watching this, you know how soft and grainy the Cortex on Georgetown is, and that is just shiny as shiny could be. I mean, when you're polishing Cortex, you're doing a pretty good job, I would think, but pretty nice.
And then we have right here the Jeff City, which just all came out absolutely beautiful. Danny was up in Missouri and ended up calling me saying, hey, I'm not going to be home. I'm going to look for something. And I said there better be some rock in it for me. And not even a minute later, I got a picture of a bucket of rocks that was filled up. And so I was pretty excited seeing them. And then when he brought them home and to finally see them done, they just came out so beautiful. And I'm just pretty much in awe that...
just took an incredible shine. I mean, it just fantastic. And the patterns and stuff in this, it makes a pretty point. It's hard to get pieces for bigger points that are solid, but when you do make a point out of it, it is beautiful material. And just beautiful.
Yeah, I have a girl at work. She's trying to do the wire stuff, so she'll be excited to get some of these to make some necklaces. Here's a couple tiger's eye I had that they didn't turn out the greatest, but they still are a tumbled rock, so there's no ugly rocks out there. And then we have here a bunch of different Crowleys, which I am just amazed at how well this Crowley's polishes up. I just
you can't capture it on film, but the depth in a lot of these rocks are just, it's pretty incredible. Like there's places in this rock you can see at least a 1/4 inch down in the rock, and just the depth that's in them is just pretty incredible and just pretty. She does such an amazing job with those.
And I'm not positive, like I can't confirm and show you guys because there's no way for me to capture a picture, but I'm pretty sure, like you could, somebody had pointed out on a comment before that they could see the fan going in the reflection of the rocks.
I can see it in that rock you're holding right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I could see my teeth when I smile looking at the rocks. So I'm not positive, could be in my imagination, but I'm pretty sure I can. And then we have right here a bunch of different mookite. There's one that had a bunch of that Cortex that, you know, just kind of hung out. Right there. It's just, I love that mookite stuff. And
everyone loves mookite.
And then right here is just some random rocks that I had picked up over there in Arkansas. And I also wanted to point out, like, these came from the same area within the same, you know, day, same bucket that I picked up. And this one just took a magnificent shine, and here's one that is a little bit duller, and it went through the whole same process. So sometimes rocks just aren't going to take the shine no matter what you do. But these were, when I met Danny over there, I went over a little bit after him, and I was on the phone going up asking him if there was rocks, and he said, no, I haven't seen any, and I didn't even make it to the campsite, and I had already had a bunch picked up. So his idea of there's not rocks for me to tumble and my idea are two different things, which is why I go myself. And then right here, I wanted to point out these lovely little beauties. This right here is actually a cut piece of agate. The rock was pretty big and I didn't want to throw it in the tumbler, so
yeah, that's Montana agate.
Yep, this is Montana moss agate. He had cut it, so you know, your choice whether you want to use a machine to cut it and have a nice flat piece as part of it, or, you know, take another rock or something to break it down, you know. But I just wanted to show that piece because that's what a cut tumbled rock looks like. And then there was just a rock picked up in the river there in Idaho. This one also came from Idaho. And this one came from Montana, but these pieces right here were pieces that I was told, no, they're nothing, don't bother, you know, picking them up. They're not going to be any good tumbling, but as you can see, they tumbled up really well. And then this one, it's hard to see, but there is little specks in there, little flakes in there. You got to hold it just right in the light.
I can see them glistering when you're turning.
Yeah, yeah. So
it's got some pyrite or something in it, something shiny.
Yeah. So to me, it's worth another trip up to Idaho to go hang out on the. I think I was on the Nez Perce reservation to, you know, kind of go around and see what kind of nothing rocks they're not worth tumbling are, because I really like the way those came out, and I think this one would make a really good wire wrap necklace or piece of jewelry for somebody.
Speaking of necklaces, what do you have on there?
Oh yes, this is another gift from Mike. It's a little hand pad pendant with an arrowhead on it, which I love. It's awesome. Look at that little piece of wood on the back. So pretty amazing what he can do. So
if you guys have been watching the channel, you're familiar with Mike Tufts. I've done a few unboxing videos. He's been very generous and has sent me lots of stuff. And I'm currently working with Mike Tufts on flint knapping tools. And his hand pads are on the website now, and we're fixing to have issue sticks and pressure flakers and a bunch of other stuff coming very shortly here. So you'll pay attention for that stuff to be hitting the website. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there. Just a shameless plug.
That's okay. Well, that is all for stage 2. So this is going to take a couple weeks. So in a couple weeks, we'll touch base, and then they'll be moving from the round tumbler to the vibratory tumbler. So Gunalchéesh, thank you, and I will see you next time.
And I will link episode 1 of this tumbling series in this, and I'll put it in the description and in the. Sorry about that, dog. We're all professional here. Put it in the description and in the pinned comment at the top. So if you missed episode 1, you'll be able to go back and watch that. I appreciate y'all watching, and y'all keep tumbling. See you on the next one.